Welcome to Anti-Aging Insights, where age is a state of mind and aging is a treatable condition. And now, here is your host, Dr. Teri Fisher.
Hey there, and welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. Pleasure to have you here as always. And today we are going to talk a little bit about the future of aesthetics. Well, truly we're talking about the present and the future, because this topic is all about technology and how technology is rapidly changing the way that we practice non-surgical aesthetic medicine. Some of the things that I'll talk about today are things that are already here, and you can actually access these today if you want to. And some of these are some of the ideas that are coming forward with regards to the future of the practice of aesthetic medicine and the technology and the advances that we're seeing that are helping to change the way that we manage clients when they come in with various concerns. So let's get right into it. This is going to be a brief overview. I'm not going to go too deep into any particular one of these technologies because this episode is, as I said, an overview to the technology. If you do want to learn more about one particular technology, well, I'll say it right off the bat, please feel free to reach out to me. Let me know that, because I'm happy to do a more in-depth podcast about any of these devices or technological advancements that I'm about to speak about. So let's get into it. And to start off, let's just talk about history a little bit. We have come a long way from the days when slathering on some mud from the Dead Sea was considered peak skincare. Now, there are a lot of great elements, nutrients, ingredients that go into Dead Sea mud that does have a wonderful effect on our skin. But aesthetic medicine has certainly evolved from rudimentary beauty practices, even starting as far back as the ancient Egyptians when they would use various types of mud in their beauty routines, to what we have now, an advanced area of healthcare merging medical science and research with the art of beauty enhancement. This is one of the things that I really love about this field, is that it truly merges the art and the science. What has catapulted us into this new age? Well, it is technology. Imagine if you were telling someone 100 years ago that you could simply freeze away some fat without going under the knife. They'd probably think you were out of your mind. But here we are. In today's world, we are able to zap, freeze, and laser our way to aesthetic improvements, which is absolutely wonderful. I think of modern aesthetic medicine as a tech startup, always innovating, rapidly changing, rapidly pivoting to adjust to the technology that is available to us. And as you will know, technology now more than ever is evolving so rapidly, progressing so rapidly, that it's really amazing what is available to us. So now let's dive into a few of these technologies in a little bit more detail. First, let's talk about laser technology. Now, this is not just for sci-fi movies. Lasers are a cornerstone now in treating skin issues, hair removal, tattoo removal, and they work by targeting what are known as chromophores without causing a ruckus in the surrounding tissues. This is like targeting a very specific aspect of your skin and leaving everything else alone. And the reason why this is so important is because when we're using lasers, we don't want to damage the parts that we don't want to treat. We want to target specific areas. And so you may be targeting the pigment in a skin. You may be targeting the follicles that grow hair. So by doing so, you can adjust these lasers, and this laser technology allows us to do that in a very, very effective way. And again, if you're looking at getting rid of a tattoo, if you're looking at dealing with a birthmark, if you are looking at getting hair removal, if you are looking at making your skin tighter, there are lots of ways that we can do this. And it is amazing that we can harness the power of laser, which really is amplified light, and cause these changes in our skin. Another technology that is available to us today is something called cryolipolysis. It's more commonly known as cool sculpting. Cryo means cold or to freeze, and lipolysis refers to breaking fat. And so this particular technology freezes fat cells to the point of eliminating them all while you're sitting in the chair scrolling through your phone. It's like giving your fat cells the cold shoulder at a party, and so they finally decide to leave. I don't recommend doing that, by the way. But it's really remarkable. Again, we are using a type of technology that can target the fat cells, cause those fat cells to essentially be destroyed, and they get eliminated from your body. Who thought that would have been possible 20 years ago? Pretty remarkable. The next technology, of course, is one that I think you'll probably be familiar with, and those are different types of injectables. Again, can you imagine 50 years ago if somebody said, I'm going to inject something into your face and it's going to help take away your wrinkles? Pretty incredible. And so that is what a neuromodulator does, something like Botox. It can transform our faces with just a few precise needle sticks. It's like gardening, but instead of pruning the roses, we are softening lines and sculpting the features of our faces. So this is quite remarkable. Now, the part where we start to get into the future a little bit is the role of, and you can probably guess what I'm going to say, artificial intelligence, AI. This is going to change aesthetic medicine treatments, similar to the way it's disrupting lots of different industries in our world today. Picture this, a software that analyzes your facial structure, your skin tone, your unique features, and it will recommend personalized treatments. It is like having your own tailor for your face. This is already coming down the pipe right now. We are starting to see this type of software, and to get a sense of how quickly this is happening, all the filters that we see on Instagram, on TikTok, these are using artificial intelligence in a way to smooth out lines on our faces and change features. Of course, there are lots of funny filters as well, but these are all using computer technology. In a more practical sense, what does this mean for aesthetics? Well, we're going to be able to analyze our faces. It's going to be able to give those customized recommendations, and not only for skincare products, but we'll start to be able to do things like, what would it look like if I had lip filler? Well, you would just dial that into the AI and it'll show you. Or maybe you say, I wonder what it would look like if I had a vial of filler in my cheeks and maybe a vial of filler in my chin. What would that look like? Perhaps you could even suggest to it the type of filler and the thickness of the filler, and it will give you an output and it will show you what you will look like. Or maybe you could say to the AI, you know what? What would it look like if I had my Botox done every 3 months for the next 10 years? Or if I left that and allowed myself to age for the next 10 years without Botox? What would that look like? There are so many possibilities for what we can do with AI. It is remarkable. And we are going to be seeing this faster and faster, and it is going to help us to determine what are the best courses of action for each person. Personalization is the key. The other thing that we are likely going to start to see more and more of is genetic testing and regenerative medicine with treatments that are becoming as unique as our DNA. Literally, we will be able to look at our DNA and it will be able to help us make decisions on what type of skincare and treatments would be best to help delay aging as much as possible. It's going to help us to determine the treatments that are not just effective, but also more safe and tailored to you. And that is really, really exciting. With all of this power comes great responsibility. And here is where the expertise and the ethical practice behind aesthetic medicine is what makes the magic happen. As much as we're advancing, the core of aesthetic medicine will remain the same in understanding the individual, ensuring safety, and as far as I'm concerned, aiming for natural results. And so integrating this new technology into aesthetic practices, I believe, requires a deep understanding and constant learning, something that I'm committed to doing. It's not just about having the latest gadgets, but knowing how to use them to craft confidence for people and enhance beauty without compromising what makes each person unique. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of aesthetic medicine and technology. We are at the dawn of a new era where the boundaries between science fiction and reality are going to start to blur in the name of beauty and confidence. It's a really exciting time to be part of this field, constantly learning, adapting, and improving. And so remember, whether it's lasers or good old-fashioned skincare, injectables, or the future of AI, my goal is to always help you feel your best sculpted confidence at all times. I look forward to chatting with you again very soon. And a reminder, if you want to get 1-minute episodes that provide the latest insights into what is happening in the world of aesthetic medicine, literally around the world, then I encourage you and invite you to subscribe to my newest daily 1-minute podcast called Aesthetic Medicine Minute. And you can also listen to your Amazon Alexa device. You just say, Alexa, enable Aesthetic Medicine Minute Flash Briefing. And then you just say, Alexa, play my flash briefings. So once again, thank you for tuning in. I look forward to speaking with you again next week.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Anti-Aging Insights. Stay tuned to discover more of the latest news, treatments, technologies, and developments in non-surgical cosmetic and anti-aging medicine. For more inspiration, to access the show notes, or to book an appointment with Dr. Fisher, Dr. Frame, or any of the other anti-aging professionals, please visit our website at antiagingvancouver.com. Until next time, stay inspired and live life well.